In one of the videos I posted about the Anta 2 when it was officially unveiled, username Heart Phantom thought that I hate the shoe. I don't. It's the marketing strategy and the price of the artist on-court colorway that I have some reservations about. There's a distinction, which I probably failed to clarify, but thank you brother for raising that up. What's actually good about the Kai series is that it's not your typical signature shoe, not only in terms of materials, but also in terms of how those materials are implemented. We've seen these variations in the Kai 1's toe box and even in the tasseled fringes of the Halo colorway. So it's not surprising if this is carried over to the Kai 2. Not everyone is a fan of this, of course, which is fine because you really cannot please everybody, and that's not stopping Anta either because a new colorway of the Kai 2 has surfaced in Shenzhen, China, and the materials are very different from the artist on court. So let's have a quick conversation. No word on the name of the colorway as of this time, but unlike the artist on-court colorway that has premium leather, this one seems to use Cordura fabric. Most of you already know that Cordura is basically tightly woven and engineered nylon threads. This isn't the first time that Cordura fabric is used on an Anta shoe. Before this, the Anta Shockwave 5 had subsequent colorways that used Cordura for the upper. It was version 2 of the shoe, so you could say that Anta knows a thing or two about implementing Cordura in its shoes. But will the retail price still be $140 for this black colorway that has Cordura fabric? We'll probably know soon. I hope it's not $140, but if it is, then what can we do? Lakota culture has its own meanings for colors, which is different from your typical Western interpretation. Black denotes honor, respect, and adulthood. Red indicates perseverance and wisdom. Meanwhile, white signifies life source and intellect. Blue is the most sacred of all the colors as it is the essence of the creator, while turquoise refers to holiness and strength to communicate with the spirits. So from a Lakota perspective, this colorway of the Anta Kai 2 symbolizes Kyrie's maturity as a human being, maturity sourced from wisdom with the guidance of the spirits, which in turn is rooted from his Lakota heritage. But correct me if I'm wrong about the meaning of the colors. Apart from the upper material and the colors, this new colorway has new design differences from the artist on-court colorway. Let's start with the Achilles section because I think it sets the tone for the rest of the design details of the shoe. The Achilles has the embroidered Kai script that reads, "I am my own muse." This same line can also be found on the midsection flex groove of the outsole of the artist on-court colorway, but with the additional line, the descendant of the Lakota nation. In art, a muse is the source of an artist's inspiration, which means Kyrie, the artist on court, is basically the same Kyrie who is the inspiration of the shoe, which makes sense because it's his signature shoe. The toe box has overlay stitches instead of the overlapping panels in the artist on-court colorway. Meanwhile, the lateral Anta logo consists of jagged shapes that resemble a mountain range with red peaks against a turquoise sky. The medial Anta logo is different as it consists mainly of a stitched outline. An additional detail on the upper is the piping below the eye stay. It has Kyrie's glyphs throughout, which is absent in the artist on-court. Apart from that, there's also an eye symbol at the bottom of the tongue, also not found in the artist on court. Then you have Kyrie's shield logo on the tongue, which is no longer embroidered, but this time it's a TPU piece glued on top. And finally, you have the full translucent outsole that wraps the entire midsole. Feel free to disagree, but I think this black colorway looks better than the artist on court version. I know it's a matter of personal preference, which varies from person to person, and with the Cordura material used here, I'm certain this colorway can take a beating. We don't have info yet as to what the exact name of this colorway will be, but it's as Kyrie as it gets in terms of his Lakota heritage. The colors used and the design details look great in my opinion. But let me know what you think.